What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Dula coming at you with another video for the channel, and welcome back to the DMV Sports Zone. And today, guys, I'm here with a special guest, my boy NAEEM. Can you say hi out there to the viewers out there?
What's good?
For those of you who don't know, Name is a good friend of mine. He's also a Washington and a DMV sports fan. So kudos to him for making the right decision when he came out the womb. And today, guys, we're coming at you with an NFL Wildcard preview for the Saturday and Sunday games. This is going to be exciting. We're going to try to go in depth and even talk about our hatred for the Dallas Cowboys. But before we do that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more DMV sports content. And let's get straight to the video.
Welcome back to DMV Sports Zone.
Chased down by Beal in the corner for three, gets fouled and hits.
Welcome to DC.
Well, they tied him out.
You know where you're at the USA Cap. You're taking it slightly. I'm taking it slightly. Now how you gon' act on you gon' be right back. When we gon' be right here. We gon' be right here. We ain't going nowhere. Welcome to DC. DC, the home of Chuck Brown. Oh, you don't know the sound? Well, let me break it down.
For our first game of the NFL wildcard round, we have the Las Vegas Raiders going to Cincinnati, Ohio, and playing the Bengals. What's your key matchups for this game?
It's definitely gonna be the trio of wide receivers the Bengals have against the Raiders secondary. The Raiders secondary, they were playing pretty well up until the fourth quarter against the Chargers. But I don't know. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. It's a lot of firepower on that offense.
That's what I'm saying. But before we go to the Bengals, I think we gotta give kudos to the Raiders. I mean, what a season they've had. They were 6-7 at one point. They even lost the Washington football team, won 4 straight. I mean, they lost their head coach. Their star receiver killed someone. I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, I just don't know. Derek Carr, he is that guy. When is he going to get the appreciation that he deserves?
You got to give kudos to that coach. I think he was I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I think he was a special teams coach for the Raiders. And he took over as the head coach, and they went on a big run to finish the season and somehow get into the playoffs.
And then the amount of criminals they've had. They've released like a couple of players this year because the draft picks recently just like off the field issues. It's insane, and they're still making it. And I just want to see them win this game. But going back to what you're saying, the Bengals, Joe Mixon, Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, offensive rookie of the year should be, and T. Higgins. I mean, and Joe Shiesty, man. I mean, he's that guy. I just don't know. I just don't know. I mean, and then the defense has been playing well as of recently. I don't know. It's going to be hard taking the Raiders in this game. But again, the Las Vegas Raiders, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow, Derek Carr, Max Crosby leading the league in pressures.
Max Crosby is going to be – I'm pretty sure Joe Burrow might be the most sacked quarterback this year. Mm-hmm. I might be wrong, but he's definitely one of the most. And – how that Raiders front besides Max Crosby, Yannick Ngakoue he used to be a big name. He isn't as big as he used to be, but that line still produces a lot of pressure besides Max Crosby. And if the other pieces on that defensive line get going besides Max Crosby, it's going to be a long day for Joe Burrow back there.
Yeah, I mean, and they have Solomon Thomas, the former 49er.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I just think it'll be a close game, but I just think Joe Burrow is going to close out this team because the offensive firepower is too much. But again, I feel like the Raiders will just show some fight, but in the end, the Bengals will pay off or win. And I have them winning. I'll say it's a high-scoring game, 31-24.
The Bengals are my favorite. Like, not the favorites, but like that's the team I want to see win the AFC because they're just such a fun team to watch. I definitely have them winning. I have them winning 33-28.
Okay. All
right. High school.
We agree with that one. So the Bengals move on. The Raiders will go to the offseason, in which who knows if Derek Carr will be the quarterback next year. And moving on to the other Saturday game at 8:15, we have the New England Patriots going to Buffalo to take on their division rival Bills. Mac Jones versus Josh Allen.
This is the one I'm having the most difficulty of picking a team because if you look at the first game they played, it was in Buffalo and it was really, really windy. Mac Jones, I think he threw the ball a handful of times?
I think three times. Yeah.
Yeah. And the Patriots run game killed the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bills have a good defense. But if you look at the other way around, the Bills run game isn't good. So I feel like besides like before like the players and like I think the biggest factor might be the weather because it's in Buffalo and it's January. I feel like if it's snowing, raining, or if it's windy and you have to avoid passing the ball, I feel like that really favors the New England Patriots because they have a very good rushing attack with Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevenson. I think that really favors them.
No, I agree. I mean, but the Bills, Josh Allen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, the guy that doesn't like the COVID vaccine.
Gabriel Davis is becoming one of their targets.
Yeah, and Dawson Knox. I mean, they have that offense.
Oh yeah, Dawson Knox.
The defense, Ed Oliver, Trent Murphy, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer,
Trey White,
Tremaine Edmonds. We're just trying to name Bills players at this point, guys. But I don't know. It's just playing in Buffalo, and again, the Patriots, they have a great win streak. But Mac Jones in his first playoff game, I think he's just gonna fold. I don't think he'll be able to beat the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, he has that experience, and I think experience will come into play. And I have the Bills winning 24-20.
I actually had the Patriots winning. I had the Patriots winning 23-17. I feel like it'll be a close game up to the fourth, but I really think that the Patriots run game will really carry them this time around.
All right. Well, we'll see how they do come Saturday. Moving on to the Sunday games, the first one, the Eagles, our division rivals, heading down to Florida to take on the Buccaneers, the reigning Super Bowl champs at 1 p.m. Naeem, what's your thoughts on this game? I really think the Eagles are frauds.
Oh, I for sure think they're frauds too. I'm pretty sure they've beaten in their win streak. They've beaten I'm pretty sure like most of their opponents have been negative record teams.
Yeah.
So that speaks a lot. And the Bucs have been really up and down. I mean, they've lost to us. That's a really bad thing. They lost to the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
It was a very low scoring game, and their offense that's supposed to be really, really good did not look really good. They barely beat the Jets. Tom Brady had to do a great game-winning drive just to beat the New York Jets. But I feel like the Eagles with Jalen Hurts, I just don't see it happening.
Again, but what? If we look at it, Jalen Hurts, that run game with Miles Sanders.
That run game, yeah.
His game
one thing definitely about Jalen Hurts, he's improved a lot this season. You could check game by game. He improves like every game. It's really great to watch. But the Eagles are a really good run team, and the one thing the Bucs defense is really good at is stopping the run.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Brady, Bruce Arians, Byron Leftwich, that just a whole experience with Mike Evans too. Like they have way more experience than the Eagles.
They literally won the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, they literally won the Super Bowl. Brady's won 7. I just think that's gonna reign supreme over the Eagles.
And I agree. I mean, Jalen Hurts, I still don't believe he's the franchise quarterback in this league, but he's been proving me wrong. He's been getting better every game. But again, the Eagles, they haven't played a tough opponent. I know they're number one when it comes to rushing the ball, but that defense, the Tampa Bay defense, Vita Vea, Jason Pierre-Paul, Shaquille Barrett, Devin White, they have guys that can stop the run. And again, I just think experience will come into play because Jalen Hurts, it'll be his first playoff game. So I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning by a good margin, 27-10.
I also have the Bucs winning. I have them winning 24-17.
Okay, so a pretty close game out there in Tampa. Yeah. And moving on to the game of the week, a game that we are big 49er fans. The 49ers going to Arlington, Texas. They don't even play in Dallas, ladies and gentlemen. To take on the Cowboys in the first, I think it's the Cowboys' first playoff game since that 2017 matchup against the Rams, right? I'm pretty sure.
Rams, yep. The LA Rams.
Yeah, and they lost that. But let's talk about it. I mean, you know, as much as we hate the Cowboys, you got to try not to be biased here. The 49ers, they beat the Rams last week. An impressive performance. I mean, Deebo Samuel plays quarterback. He threw a touchdown last week. He can play running back, a rushing touchdown. He can even catch passes out anywhere. The yards after catch is unbelievable. And 1,400 yards receiving this year. How great has he been for this 49ers team?
Deebo Samuel, that draft class with Deebo Samuel, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin. Deebo Samuel to me was the outlier. I didn't really know too much about Deebo Samuel.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
And even last year, like Deebo Samuel looked all right. Obviously, like when you look at that whole draft class, people look at the top three: DK, AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin. This year, Deebo, man, there's not one thing he can't do: catch the ball, run after the catch, run the ball, throw the ball. Like this man can do everything. He is that offense. And to me, Jimmy Garoppolo, like I think he's terrible. That's my opinion.
But I think if he plays competent with Elijah Mitchell, you have George Kittle, one of the best tight ends in this league. You have I think Jennings, the other receiver. They have a complement. Trent Williams, the best left tackle in football. Kyle Shanahan is offensive coordinator. We all know he loves to run the ball. And that Cowboys defense, they are not that good against the run. I want to talk about that. I feel like they just run the ball a lot, and then when the play happens and develops, throw it to Deebo. I just think the 49ers can pull this upset off.
I think this game for sure, Kyle Shanahan has to stick to what he's good at, run the ball, and when he wants to pass, do play action passes. Because if he just lets Jimmy Garoppolo drop back that whole time, Michael Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, Randy Gregory, they're gonna eat him up. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Garoppolo is athletic.
You're good.
As a number 2 pencil. Like he's not going to be moving in that pocket like that.
I agree. I just don't think he can play hero ball. And that Cowboys defense, you know, Micah Parsons, the stud from Penn State. I mean, Trevon Diggs is the most overrated corner in the league. But again, I know he's led up a lot of yards in receiving. He leads the league in interceptions, so that's got to be something. Yeah, but I'm telling you, the Cowboys, this defense, they've just been thriving off poor quarterback play. I know Jimmy Garoppolo isn't the best quarterback, but when he plays competent, the 49ers win. And let's talk about the Cowboys. Yeah, and it happened against the Rams. Let's talk about the Cowboys offense. You know, Dak Prescott, Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, the dual threat running back. I mean, like Dalton Schultz. I love Dak. You know, I think he's really underrated. But again, this 49ers defense. You got Nick Bosa. You got Javon Kinlaw, Fred Warner, one of the best linebackers in the game. It's just
very underrated linebacker. They have Azeez Al-Shaair. He's been very underrated.
Azeez as well. I don't know. Like, I don't know if the offensive. I know the offensive line is up there when it comes to protecting their quarterback. But Nick Bosa, man, 15.5 sacks this year. I just think, and again, it's the Dallas Cowboys, ladies and gentlemen. The past 25 years, only 3 playoff wins. When it comes down to playoff time, the Dallas Cowboys will choke, and they will choke in Jerry World. They do what they do best. What can happen will happen. And ladies and gentlemen, the 49ers will go to Dallas and beat the Dallas Cowboys 23-17.
I definitely think it's going to be a little high-scoring game. I mean, Dak, if you look at his last 4 games, he has 13 touchdowns, 0 picks. I mean, 5 of them did come against the Eagles last week, who was playing their backup. They were playing their backups, but also the Dallas offense, it's shaky. It's been very up and down. But as much as I hate to say it, I do have Dallas winning. I just don't see how Jimmy Garoppolo and that team can, especially with that secondary they have.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that secondary is poor.
I think who's their starting quarterback? Josh Norman? Like, we've experienced 4 years of him. Derrick Henry babied him. Like, it's just not going to happen. I don't see it happening. I have Dallas winning 29-14. I don't see it being close at all.
Again, guys, I'm not sounding biased here. I'm just telling you, we've seen it all. The Cowboys, when it comes to playoff time, they'll choke. And it's a trap game. I'm telling you. If the Kyle Shanahan provides his game plan and execute it perfectly with his team, I think the 49ers win. But I agree. The Cowboys defense is good too.
I feel like if you really look at the records, like it may not look like a good game for the 49ers, but it could go either way, really, especially coaching-wise too. You got Kyle Shanahan versus, which I don't think is a good coach, Mike McCarthy. It could really go either way, but I just don't see how that offense is going to produce enough points.
Okay, no, I agree. I mean, who knows? Jimmy Garoppolo might throw 2 interceptions to what's it called? Trevon Diggs, strip sack by Micah, and he just might fold when it comes to the game on Sunday. But yeah, that's our prediction for that game. Moving on to the Sunday games, let's talk about it. The Pittsburgh Steelers, Big Ben's last dance, as I like to say, going to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. And honestly, I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers deserve to be here. The Chargers should, but that's besides the point.
Very lucky.
Yeah, that's besides the point. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they will lose this game by a lot. They literally got blown out by the Chiefs not too long ago. Big Ben not going to throw more than a 30-yard pass, just dink and dunk. I understand they have TJ Watt, 22.5 sacks, tied the record in a single season. But again, it's Patrick Mahomes. Come on now.
It's Mahomes. That offense for Pittsburgh, I started watching against the Ravens last week. I started watching the game really late, and as close as it was, that Pittsburgh offense was so bad. I can't lie. Like Big Ben just stepping back in the pocket and throwing those passes. Most of them are very short to the receivers. He doesn't have it anymore. I'm kind of happy to see him because Big Ben's always been one of my favorite quarterbacks because I've grown up watching him. I'm happy to see him in the playoffs, but I just don't. I think he's gonna end up retiring after this game, and it's not gonna look good. I have Kansas City blowing Pittsburgh out.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't think I can give you a score. I think it's gonna be a blowout.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a game.
It's Patrick Mahomes, Nicole Hardman, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Byron Pringle. I just don't. That Steelers defense, they're not great against the run, but against the pass, they're all right. But again, if you take care of Tyreek Hill, who goes on Kelce, Mahomes has mobility. It's like wow. And the Steelers offense, Najee Harris, he looks great.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, another receiver from that class, the draft class with DK and Taylor.
Deontay Johnson, and he definitely showed up this year.
Yeah, it's just and Pratt Freiermuth, the tight end. I just don't think the Steelers will be able to keep up with the Chiefs' offense.
I don't think so either. TJ Watt is probably their only hope on defense because that secondary, besides Minka Fitzpatrick, it's okay. Joe Hayden, like he's not bad, but he's just not athletic enough or fast enough to keep up with the speed demons that Casey has. And if somehow, some way, if Pittsburgh can get enough pressure on Mahomes, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't talk about Cam Hayward, maybe.
Cam Hayward.
Again, if they game plan for TJ Watt, it's gonna be a long day for
yeah. There's only so much that secondary could do with Minka Fitzpatrick. I mean, he's a stud, but there's only so much you could do when you're the only one back there defending.
Especially against the greatest, or not the greatest, could be, but the best quarterback in the NFL currently. But let's move on to the last wild card game. The Arizona Cardinals, another divisional rival out there in the West, taking on the LA Rams. The Cardinals, it just seems like they always have this mid-season collapse. But, of course, when that collapse is somewhat incoming, they take on and beat the Dallas Cowboys in Jerry World. But let's move on from the Cowboys. What's your thoughts on this game, name?
The Cardinals, man. No D-Hop, obviously. Mm-hmm. That offense that offense, just like the Cowboys offense, has been really up and down. Same with the Rams. They've been up and down. Both of these teams, this is so hard to choose. Like, there's no way anybody could say there's one obvious winner here. These two teams are so inconsistent. Like, you've got Matthew Stafford. At one point in the season, you were like, man, this man is for sure an MVP candidate. Then he goes on this whole streak of throwing pick sixes, not just pick sixes. That's hard enough. That's really hard to do. And this man's sitting there almost averaging like you turn on the TV, Matt Stafford almost has 2 picks a game. Mm-hmm. The Cardinals defense, I feel like the one thing that's benefiting the Cardinals right now is it's at LA because the Cardinals have played way better on the road than they've played at home, which is pretty weird, but it's just how it is. That defense is really opportunistic. You've got Byron Murphy, Buda Baker, Isaiah Simmons,
Chandler Jones.
Man, it's gonna be tough. I don't really know. It goes either way.
In the Rams, they have the best defensive player in football, or arguably the best player in football, Aaron Donald.
Best player in the league.
The best. They also got Jalen Ramsey, Cooper Kupp, a guy that's been really underappreciated this year. And I don't know. I mean, they got Cam Akers back as well. Again, I think how many times has Matt Stafford been in the playoffs? Not a lot, right? I mean,
Matt Stafford's probably been in the playoffs like once or twice.
Again, Kyler Murray, I think it's his first playoff game as well, right?
Kyler Murray, yes.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray.
So again, experience is out of the window because both these guys, don't have a lot of playoff experience. I think the Arizona Cardinals pull off the upset. Because
are you gonna call it an upset?
I think so. I mean, the Rams are favorite. Come on, they beat them last time. Don't you remember?
Yeah, I guess. I don't really know. I had this so 50-50. I don't know which way to go with this at all.
I just think Kyler Murray with his mobility somehow, with James Conner as running back, I think the offense will get going. Hopefully, Cliff Kingsbury calls a good game, and I have the Cardinals winning 30-23.
I got the Rams winning just because the Cardinals wide receivers, they're with their top two is AJ Green and Christian Kirk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Automatically, I'm gonna have one out the picture because Jalen Ramsey will lock one down.
Zach Ertz, you gotta talk about him. So
Zach Ertz is gonna be a key factor because he has been playing pretty well for the Cardinals, but because Kyler Murray loves throwing the ball deep, and Christian Kirk is a great target for him. But whichever one Jalen Ramsey guards, it's just take him off the field. And that's just, I feel like he's just not going to have enough weapons to throw to this game. I have the Rams winning. I have the Rams winning 21-19. Another close game.
Oh, close game. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. That was our playoff wildcard preview for this season. And regular season already over. We're already in the playoffs. It's insane. But Naeem, before we go, do you want to shout out any of your platforms out there that you are currently working on?
I just launched a YouTube channel. It's really about gaming. I mean, that's what I like to do. Please follow. It's link in the description.
Yeah, I'll put in the description. Make sure to subscribe and show some love because we'll see. Hopefully it's not Madden content because this guy is not good at Madden. But I'm pretty sure he's.
Oh, you are terrible.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that off camera. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more DMV sports content. And we're out. Peace.